Did I get it clean? Can you see me? Move over a little bit more. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Flatlanders Adventures. Today's another truck talk. I'm pulled over in the middle of nowhere. I tried turning my camera on. Well, that's a lie. I did turn my camera on because there had been like 40 or 50 massive deer, a couple like prize-winning bucks in this field, but it's just dark enough as you guys can see. You guys can't see it. Phone couldn't pick it up. And I thought, well, I didn't get that shot, so I'll stop. I'll have a talk with you guys. Something that's been running through my mind is something that came up this week. Planning for the wedding and trying to set up a venue. We thought we had a perfect little white chapel set up, just absolutely gorgeous for what we wanted. But anyways, it kind of fell through for some reasons, and it made me wonder, because when I called and talked to the individual, I had to spare him my thought process on it. And one of the reasons that we couldn't actually get the church is because I couldn't knowingly, in my view at the time, sin for the church. It was hard to describe. Give me just a second. I'm not too overly religious, and I try not to bring it up too much on here. And by overly religious, I mean I'm not going to be, Bible thumping you on something that you do. I mean, I'm responsible for me. You do you, boo-boo. Anyways, the church set up two stipulations for us using it as a venue. One, they would open it up for us to go in there, but they would ask that we keep it under 45, which is like the county rule. So, I mean, I don't agree with it. Peacefully assemble. It's whatever. You take the whole virus stipulations on yourself and what you perceive as freedom. Not getting into that with this video. But the second stipulation is the one that really stuck me. And it said, well, he said, that they came to the decision that if we're having a wedding on Saturday, they wouldn't hold service on Sunday because of potential viruses and whatnot. I had a really hard time with that on my conscience because, I mean, there's certain things in the Bible that make you kind of, but then there's other stuff where it's like bullet point, boom, boom, boom. You do this, don't do this. 10 Commandments, fourth one. Yes, I know them chronologically. Fourth one. Keep the Sabbath day holy. Holy translates set apart. I mean, the church is supposed to be there for, the people, spread the word, help communities and things like that. This guy told me that the church had been closed for almost 9 months since March. February is they were going to start service up again. And March 20th or 21st, that Sunday, it would be closed. I couldn't have that on my conscience because bullet point 4 says to honor and keep it holy. So that means I can't knowingly accept using that building and then have the doors of the church closed. Like, what kind of conscience thought process would I have on a regular basis thinking because those doors were closed? Maybe there was a dude that was just driving down the road about to, off him. Yeah, it happens. And went and knocked on the door, no one home. I didn't mention that to him when I told him we couldn't accept the church, because the thought process of closing the doors of the church when economic strife is across the board, when there's food insecurities across the board, homelessness skyrocketing. I mean, the needs of the people are immense. And that's when people usually need God too. And the doors of the church were closed for 9 months, so I kind of feel like I spared him in not explaining that reasoning to him. But anyways, that's my Truck Talk Tuesday. Thoughts, comments, you guys know how YouTube works. Hit the buttons and stuff. There we go. You're back. Thought that was the end of it. But I got home and I was driving a little bit more. Well, I was driving a little bit more, and then I got home. And something that kind of gives me a little perspective to this is in 1965, Paul Harvey did a bit called "If I Were the Devil, What Would I Do?" And he goes through issues of the social time that were progressing a less than Christian moral future. And not to fortune tell, but they become more and more prevalent. Anyways, I think about that from time to time, and if I were the devil, what would I do? And I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it goes along with what would Jesus do. But I mean, if I were the devil, I'd keep the fear as high as possible about people getting together. Because, I mean, the virus scared people so much that it shut down the churches. That's pretty intense. Anyways, you guys do what you want to do. I'm going to try and throw a link into Paul Harvey's "If I Were the Devil, What Would I Do" thing underneath this. I'm not real sure how to do that, but I'll try and figure it out later.